Hi, I'm going to teach you how to sew a pair of shorts, specifically my pattern, the staple shorts. A couple things to know. I'm going to teach you how to do French seams. This also comes with an elastic waistband and a drawstring. You can also do a size up if you want them to be a little bit bigger or more baggy. You'll also see an occasional appearance of Apollo and Rigel. Okay, first what you're going to do is cut out 2 pieces of your back piece and 2 pieces from your front piece. What we're going to do is open up the back pieces like so, and we're going to place the front pieces on top, aligning the side seams. We're doing wrong sides together. So that means the right sides are on the outside, and we're going to pin the side seams. I find pinning side seams is so helpful to make sure everything is aligned. All right, okay, we're going to do a straight seam on each side seam here with a small little seam allowance, a little tiny seam allowance. Here we're doing it on the other piece. Then we're going to flip these around. We're going to press. Perfect. Now you can see inside there's that raw edge. What we're doing is we're going to encase that raw edge with another straight seam on the side seams here. And this time we're going to do it a little bit wider, just so we know that we're encasing that first seam. It's going to look like this. Open it up, double check nothing's poking out. It should be flawless like this. All right, then we're going to do it on the other side. It's good with like thin fabric because you can actually see that first seam inside to make sure you're really encasing it. Hello, Apollo. Okay, now we're going to open it up one more time, and we're going to press those seams one more time. The iron is going to be your best friend today. I freaking love pressing seams. Okay, they're pressed. Look how gorgeous that looks. And then again on the inside, an enclosed French seam. You learned a French seam. I love it. Like, I love finishing edges like this. Okay, now you're going to open up one panel, and you're going to put wrong sides together. Then we're going to pin the back rise and then the front rise. The front rise is slightly smaller. The back rise is slightly bigger to accommodate the booty. And we are going to sew a little thin straight stitch all along, just like we did with the side seams, because we're doing another French seam on these curves. There's going to be one extra little step here because these are curved. Let me show you in 1 second. We're going to just clip right there in the curve to release any tension when we turn this inside out. So I'm just taking the scissors and clipping into the seam allowance, making sure not to clip the actual thread. You can see here it really releases that tension. So now you're going to do it on the other side. Also clip any excess seam allowance if there's like a space where there was a lot of extra fabric. We're going to turn it inside out, and we're going to press both the back and the front rise. Beautiful. Now, you guessed it, we're going to sew another stitch along the rises, encasing that first edge, the first seam. Now we're going to turn it inside out and press it again. Now we're going to open it up, kind of rotate it, and we can start to see the pattern resemble some shorts. What we're going to do next is align the very middle seams together and pin that. Take your time here, really make sure they're aligned. Next pin will go on the corner here. Then you'll just pin all the way down, making sure it's all accurate. Adjust as needed. And you guessed it, we're going to sew all the way up to the middle seam and then back down this way. Really close to the edge. When you get to the middle seam, keep the needle down, pick up the presser foot, pivot your project, put the presser foot down, and then continue that straight seam. Clip any excess bulk in this seam, then turn it inside out and press that seam. And then you guessed it, we're doing one more seam to make that French seam. Again, when we get to that center, we're really pivoting and making it really accurate at that center seam. You're going to press this backwards, so like towards your butt. Press that seam back. Now they're really looking like shorts. And what we're going to decide here is how long we want our inseam. So just kind of Take a second to think, do you want a longer inseam, a shorter inseam? I wanted it a little bit shorter, so I'm just trimming the inseam a little bit, just so I have less fabric to work with. Then what we're gonna do is go to our iron board and we're gonna fold over the edge just a little bit, like a centimeter, a little bit less, like a little baby hem. We're gonna go all the way around one leg. Make sure the seam is aligned, it's not twisted as you're going around. Again, look at that seam, make sure it's not twisted as we're folding over this little hem here. I'm now working on the other leg, and we're gonna go all the way around. Now, from the very center seam, I'm just gonna make a little mark with my water-soluble pen. I'm just marking like 3 inches out because I want my edge to meet that spot, and I wanna make sure that the legs are even. Okay, so I'm gonna fold over, meeting at that little mark that I made, and then we're gonna press. Here's the other leg, again, just folding it over to that mark. And then we're going to press this seam, press this fold. And then we're gonna stitch all the way around, really close to the edge there. On both legs. Okay, now as for the waistband. We're gonna do another baby little roll all around the waistband here. Again, making sure your seams aren't twisted and they're aligned well. Next, bring over your elastic because this second fold, we want to make sure it's big enough to enclose the elastic nicely. It's not too small, it's not too big. I'm just adjusting it here. That's like a perfect fit. Okay, now set aside your elastic because what we're going to do is then press this one more time. It's just going to make the whole waist casing really easy to work with. Now I'm just showing you right here is where we're going to put our marks for our drawstring holes. I'm just turning this around here so you can see it a little bit better. And if you have thin fabric, it's really easy to see like where good placement is. I'm just going to put it right here, although you should have markings on your pattern piece. But you can put them anywhere you want. You can put them on the front, you can put them on the side. Okay, next we're going back to our sewing machine. We're getting a button presser foot. This thing adjusts how tall your buttonhole is. If you've never done this before, do it on some scrap fabric to practice before you do it on your final piece. But I'm just kind of making it small to fit our waistband, I mean. Change your stitch to a buttonhole stitch. And then I'm just aligning the mark with the markings on your foot. Just check that out. It will make sense. You'll see colored markings up there. And then I'm just sewing the buttonhole. It's so cool. The first time I did a buttonhole, I was like, holy crap, this is advanced. And also, that was like such a good buttonhole. I'm really proud of that buttonhole. So do your second one here. Then get a seam ripper and rip those buttonholes open, making sure not to rip through the top and bottom stitches. So just be careful with it. Perfect. Oh, and this is Rigel. Next, switch out your presser foot to your regular presser foot. Make sure to change your stitch as well. Next, we're gonna sew down our waist casing, but we're gonna leave a spot, like a gap open right where those drawstring buttonholes are, like right there. We're gonna leave that open. Otherwise, we're sewing a straight seam all the way around at the edge, really close to the edge there. Again, leaving that gap open. We need that gap open because what we're gonna do now is get our elastic. I'm just marking it on the tops just so it won't get twisted when it's in the casing. I'm attaching a safety pin. I'm pinning the right end of the elastic to my seam allowance just to secure it while I feed in this elastic on the left side. And you're just gonna push it into the casing, kind of push, scrunch, and pull. And you're gonna do this all the way around until it comes out the other end. Here we go, just pull it out the other end. Then we're gonna switch to a zigzag stitch. Get a scrap piece of fabric and then align those elastics down the center of the fabric, making sure that your elastic isn't twisted. And we're going to stitch that zigzag stitch right down the center to secure the elastic to the fabric and to each other. This is going to make a really seamless join and make it really flat and secure. Then just going to pop that back in, and we're going to go back to a straight stitch and sew that gap shut. And just make sure to align your stitches so it looks all flawless when you take it out. Just double checking, yep, looking flawless. Next, it's time to make our drawstring and then insert it in those buttonholes. So what we're going to do is get our fabric, we're going to fold it in half and press it, making a crease down the center. Also, if you don't want to do this like by hand, you can also buy double folded bias tape to kind of do this as a shortcut. But I always find doing it myself is cheaper and the fabric always matches. Okay, next we're folding in each edge inward towards that middle crease. Although I do like to press it one side at a time. So first I'll do one side, then I'll do the other side. And then lastly, we're gonna fold this in half one more time so it's really, really thin. And then we're gonna use a straight stitch to stitch it all closed. Folding it in half as you go to make sure it's aligned. And then like the elastic, we're gonna put in a safety pin on one end and we're gonna feed through the buttonholes this time and go all the way around in the waist casing until you come out the other buttonhole. And then for the very ends of the drawstrings, I like to just make a really tight knot at the very end. And then you're done. I hope this was helpful and I would absolutely love to see your shorts, so do be sure to tag me on social media so I can see them.